This is called turning a blind eye. At this point, we have to come to a decision about our own practices when it comes to how we interact with each other. And if you truly want to participate in ascension and in the elevation of this collective, I believe that it's essential that you look at self and you look at the way that you are participating in the circumstance and in the situation. We are going to come across situations and information that makes us extremely uncomfortable. If you're not able to attain the information that you really need due to your own fears, then you are keeping yourself from your own possibilities. When we look at the word ignorance, ignore is within the term. Ignorance is not that much of, is not very complicated. It is ignoring and being in a state of ignoring. We willfully ignore. Now, why is it that people do this? Well, I definitely find in today's times that it has a lot to do with the fact of the information that is being given. If it feels too negative, that is typically a issue that comes up. That the information is too negative, and so it brings you down and it makes you feel like, you are not powerful. And then the other issue is the venue from which the information is being presented through, in which if you do not trust the person or the platform of which the information is being presented, then you will also willfully ignore because they cannot be credible by your standard. We might say, okay, well, this person is Christian, so, I don't believe in Christianity, so I am not a part of this venue. There is consciously a need to divide yourself from it because you don't agree with their point of views. And there is subconsciously a place within you that feels left out because you are not resonating with their views. There is truth in everything. Turning a blind eye really puts us in a place where we have to take responsibility for that which we ignore. Because what you have to say when it comes to turning your head away from something that might seem very dark to you is that, yes, I am making a statement that I am willingly ignoring that which is presented to me. People might say, well, why is this so serious? I want to be positive. I want to have those positive vibes. But if we ignore the darkness, then we might be even cheapening our positivity. Take, for example, a child. And this child comes to you and they say, this person that you know is abusing me. What we don't realize is that willful ignorance is collectively practiced a lot more than we think. We willfully ignore the darkness that is beheld on children. This is certainly the case that is happening in our society. There are pedophile rings that are very dominant in our society. There are sexual messages being imprinted into children. I use the example of the child because it is the purest example of innocence, in my eyes, when it comes to us as humans. And it's very difficult for you to stand up and say, well, we must think of all the positive things when a child comes to you and tells you about the dark forces. But it's really important that we go after the information, no matter which venue it is, because everything does have truth in it. This requires an art of detachment in which you are able to keep from your own fears and feelings about the subject at hand and just take the information that is given. That is if you truly want to get the information. When it comes to breaking the cycle of getting the information that you need, you might need to consider using your filters. And your filters are your intuition, by my definition. Your intuition is the truth for you. And the intuition is your instinct. It is purely that resource that you can always rely on. And thus, when you have external circumstances that come into your atmosphere or into your situation and challenge you, you need not fear or be threatened. Because if you have your filters on, then you're able to take the information that they're giving and not feel, at least the information that you need from them, and not feel like you're a part of it. And to me, that is the art of connecting, even through this divide that we have as people, because no two people on this earth have completely 100% the same perception. So we must be able to operate in this world as we go through this shift, in understanding that we are here to have our own individual experience, but we are also here to learn from others who have different experiences. And what that means is understanding that we need to have filters, that we need to be able to detach so that we don't disregard and lose out on the information that is presented to us. I simply theorize from my own experience that there are cycles that need to be broken. There are patterns of which that continue to happen in our society. And if we do not look at ourselves and consider the actions and the responsibility that we partake in when it comes to the dark forces that occur in our society, it's going to paralyze us. We're not going to get where we want. So I believe that it is about bringing these things to the surface. It's about bringing these ideas and concepts to the surface for people to think about. We all need to be heard so that we can connect. We can draw the lines within one another instead of separate. This is Karina Dean, and I'm signing off. Thanks.